Opening narration, The Holistic Impact Revolution, TM. Extended Founders Opening. Soft ambient music begins. Gentle tones of nature, distant chimes, and calming strings slowly rise. There comes a moment in every generation when humanity pauses and asks deeper questions. Questions that cannot be answered by technology alone. Questions that cannot be solved by medicine alone. Questions that cannot be measured only by data, diagnoses, or prescriptions. Questions about meaning. Questions about purpose. Questions about healing. Because despite all of our scientific advances, many people remain exhausted, disconnected, overwhelmed, lonely, stressed, searching not simply for relief, but for wholeness. Across every nation, every culture, and every community, people are awakening to an ancient truth. True wellness is more than the absence of illness. True wellness is the presence of harmony. Harmony between mind and body. Harmony between purpose and practice. Harmony between people and community. Harmony between humanity and the world around us. And standing quietly at the center of this global awakening are extraordinary individuals. Individuals who dedicate their lives to helping others heal. Holistic practitioners, health coaches, energy workers, nutrition experts, wellness educators, caregivers, breathwork facilitators, yoga teachers, spiritual guides, integrative health professionals, and countless others who answer one of humanity's highest callings, to help people live healthier, fuller, and more meaningful lives. You are among them. You chose this path because somewhere along your journey you discovered something powerful. Healing changes everything. Sometimes healing begins after loss. Sometimes it begins through suffering. Sometimes it begins when life itself becomes the teacher. And often, those who become healers first experience their own healing journey. Because wounded healers frequently become the world's greatest guides. You have witnessed transformation. You have seen anxiety replaced with peace, pain replaced with hope, confusion replaced with clarity, fear replaced with courage. You have watched lives change one conversation, one session, one breakthrough, one person at a time. Yet for many practitioners, there exists a hidden struggle, a struggle rarely discussed openly, a quiet burden carried by countless healers across the world. The truth is this: many who help others heal are struggling themselves, not because they lack talent, not because they lack compassion, not because they lack knowledge, but because they were trained to heal without being taught how to build. They learned how to transform lives, but not always how to sustain a thriving practice. They learned techniques, but not systems. They learned care, but not scale. They learned service, but not sustainability. As a result, many gifted practitioners experience burnout, financial stress, isolation, uncertainty, and sometimes even the painful thought of leaving the very work they love. But what if there was another way? What if practitioners no longer had to choose between impact and income? What if healers could expand their reach without sacrificing authenticity? What if technology could amplify compassion rather than replace it? What if practitioners could become not only healers, but builders, leaders, educators, authors, innovators, and legacy creators? That future is already emerging, and you are living in one of the most extraordinary moments in human history. For the first time ever, healing traditions that have existed for thousands of years now stand alongside technologies capable of reaching millions of people across the globe. Artificial intelligence, digital communities, online education, publishing platforms, global collaboration. The tools once available only to large organizations are now available to individual practitioners. The opportunity has never been greater, but with opportunity comes responsibility, because the world does not simply need more information. The world needs wisdom. The world needs compassion. The world needs connection. The world needs people willing to help others flourish. And perhaps most importantly, the world needs healers who are equipped not only to serve individuals, but to transform communities. This is why the Holistic Impact Revolution exists. Not as another course, not as another certification, not as another business strategy, but as a movement. A movement dedicated to helping those who help others heal. A movement that believes every practitioner carries within them the potential to build something far greater than a practice. A movement that recognizes that true impact occurs when healing expands beyond one person and begins changing generations. Because every practitioner ultimately has three callings. The first is to heal, to guide transformation, to serve with compassion. The second is to build, to create sustainable systems, thriving practices, communities, resources, opportunities. The third is to lead, to inspire, to teach, to mentor, to leave a legacy that continues long after they are gone. Healer, builder, leader. This is the pathway of holistic impact. This is the future of wellness. This is the invitation before us. Imagine a world where practitioners collaborate rather than compete, where healing knowledge is accessible to all, where technology expands care without losing humanity, where communities flourish, where future generations inherit not only information, but wisdom. Imagine a world where those who help others heal are themselves supported, empowered, and equipped to thrive. That world is possible, and it begins with people like you. The future of healing is not being written in laboratories alone. It is being written in clinics, in classrooms, in wellness centers, in community spaces, in homes, and in the hearts of those courageous enough to answer the call to serve. You are not simply building a practice, you are building possibility. You are not simply changing lives, you are shaping futures. You are not simply offering healing, you are helping humanity flourish. Welcome to the Holistic Impact Revolution. Your journey from healer to builder to leader begins now.
There's a whisper in the silence, calling hearts back home again. In a world that's lost its balance, healing now begins within. Hands of hope across the nations, light that rises in the night. One by one we spark transformation, turning shadows into light. Every story has a purpose, every soul can rise above. When compassion leads the journey, we become the change through love. Heal the world within, let the healing now begin. Mind and body, heart and soul, becoming whole. Change the world, heal the world within. Ancient wisdom meets tomorrow, new horizons come alive. Through the pain and through the sorrow, human spirits learn to thrive. Teachers, healers, guides and dreamers, building futures yet unseen. Planting seeds for generations, growing forests from a dream. Every challenge holds a lesson, every struggle shapes our way. When we choose a path of service, hope becomes a brighter day. Heal the world within, heal the world within. The healing now begin. Let the mind and body, heart and soul becoming whole again. We heal the world within. From the healer to the leader, from the learner to the guide, building legacies of kindness with humanity as our light. No one can hear alone now. Every voice can help restore. When we heal a single person, we awaken so much more. Heal, 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 build, build, lead, heal more people, build our legacy. Change the world, 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 change the world. Heal the world within, heal the world within, heal the future. Calling now, every heartbeat becomes a beacon, every life becomes a vow. Oh, from communities to nations, let compassion be the way. The holistic impact revolution starts today. Heal the world within. Let the healing never end. May our work inspire the world and generations yet to mend. Hand in hand we rise together, stronger than we've ever been. Together we can change the world, heal the world within. To those who help others heal, this movement is for you. May your hands bring comfort. May your wisdom bring hope. May your work leave a legacy that echoes through generations. Welcome to the Holistic Impact Revolution.
Chapter 1: The Great Awakening of Healing. Why humanity is searching for something more. Opening. Quote, "Every generation faces a question greater than itself. What does it truly mean to live well? Our generation may finally be rediscovering the answer." Chapter 1: Narration. There are moments in history when humanity reaches a crossroads, a moment when old systems no longer satisfy the deepest needs of the human spirit, a moment when people begin looking beyond what they have been taught and start asking larger questions. Questions like, why are so many people exhausted? Why do we feel disconnected despite being more connected than ever? Why do we possess more information than any generation before us, yet many still struggle to find peace? Why do so many people survive life without ever truly flourishing? Across the world, these questions are being asked in homes, hospitals, schools, workplaces, and communities. People are searching, not simply for treatment, but for wholeness, not simply for answers, but for meaning, not simply for longer lives, but for better lives. We live in an age of extraordinary innovation. Medical science has accomplished remarkable achievements. Technology has transformed communication. Artificial intelligence is reshaping industries. Information travels across the globe in seconds. Yet despite these advancements, many people continue to experience rising levels of stress, anxiety, burnout, loneliness, chronic illness, and emotional exhaustion. This is not a criticism of modern systems. It is an acknowledgement of an important truth. Human beings are more than biology. We are emotional beings, mental beings, relational beings, spiritual beings, purpose-seeking beings. And when any part of the human experience is neglected, imbalance often follows. For centuries, many healing traditions around the world have recognized this truth. Ancient cultures understood that wellness involved harmony between body, mind, spirit, community, and environment. Long before the language of wellness became popular, people practiced forms of healing rooted in connection. Connection to nature, connection to one another, connection to purpose, connection to something greater than themselves. Today, something remarkable is happening. Humanity is remembering. Across every continent, people are rediscovering practices that promote balance and whole person well-being. Meditation, mindfulness, breathwork, nutrition, movement, energy practices, sound healing, lifestyle medicine, stress reduction, integrative approaches to wellness. This growing interest is not simply a trend, it is part of a larger awakening, an awakening to the reality that health is not merely the absence of disease. Health is the presence of vitality. It is the ability to live with energy, meaning resilience and joy. The World Health Organization once described health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of illness. That definition quietly points towards something profound. Human flourishing requires more than survival. It requires thriving, and thriving looks different for every person. For one individual, thriving may mean freedom from pain. For another, it may mean emotional peace. For another, it may mean finding purpose after loss. For another, it may mean rebuilding life after illness. The journey toward wellness is deeply personal, yet one thing remains universal. Every human being longs to flourish, to be seen, to be healthy, to belong, to matter, to contribute, to love and be loved. These are not luxuries, they are fundamental human needs, and this is where holistic healing enters the conversation. Holistic healing begins with a simple but transformative idea. People are not problems to be solved. They are whole persons to be understood. Every symptom has a story. Every struggle has context. Every life contains experiences that shape health and well-being. Holistic practitioners often recognize what others sometimes overlook, that healing is rarely linear. It is often layered. Physical health affects emotional health. Emotional health affects relationships. Relationships affect stress. Stress affects the body. Purpose affects resilience. Community affects healing. Everything is connected. And because everything is connected, healing often requires a broader perspective. This perspective does not reject science. It expands it. It does not compete with traditional approaches. It complements them. It seeks integration rather than division, collaboration rather than conflict, wholeness rather than fragmentation. The future of wellness may not lie in choosing between approaches. It may lie in learning how to bring the best of many approaches together in service of humanity. Imagine a world where healthcare professionals, wellness practitioners, educators, caregivers, counselors, and community leaders work together to improve human flourishing. Imagine communities designed not only to treat illness, but to cultivate wellness. Imagine organizations that measure success not solely by profit, but by lives transformed. Imagine schools that teach emotional resilience, workplaces that prioritize well-being, neighborhoods that foster connection, families that have the tools to heal and thrive. This is not fantasy. Pieces of this future are already emerging around the world, and at the center of this transformation stand individuals who have chosen a remarkable path, the path of the healer. Some heal through nutrition, some through movement, some through coaching, some through education, some through compassion, some through science, some through faith, some through listening, because healing wears many faces. The healer is not defined by a title. The healer is defined by service, by presence, by compassion, by the willingness to walk beside another human being during moments of struggle and transformation. And perhaps now, more than ever before, the world needs such people, because humanity is not only experiencing a health crisis, it is experiencing a meaning crisis, a connection crisis, a loneliness crisis, a purpose crisis, and healing these challenges requires more than systems. It requires people who are equipped to guide others toward flourishing, people who can bridge ancient wisdom and modern innovation, people who can combine compassion with technology, people who understand that healing is not merely about adding years to life, but adding life to years. This is why a new era is emerging, an era where wellness becomes proactive rather than reactive, an era where prevention becomes as important as intervention, an era where communities support healing, an era where practitioners are empowered not only to serve individuals, but to transform entire populations. This is the great awakening of healing, not because humanity suddenly discovered wellness, but because humanity is remembering what it has always known, that we are deeply interconnected, that health touches every aspect of life, and that when one person heals, families can heal, communities can heal, generations can heal. The future of wellness is not simply about treating illness. It is about helping humanity flourish. And perhaps the greatest opportunity of our time is this: to build a world where more people do not merely survive, but truly thrive. Welcome to the beginning of the holistic impact revolution. The awakening has already begun. The question is no longer whether the future of healing is changing. The question is, will we help shape it? Chapter Reflection. Questions. What does true wellness mean to you? Where have you seen healing extend beyond physical health? How has your own healing journey shaped your purpose? What does human flourishing look like in your community? How can you contribute to a healthier future for others? End of Chapter 1.
There's a stirring in the silence, like the dawn before the light. People searching for some answers through the darkness of the night. More than living, just surviving, more than getting through the day. There's a deeper voice inside us, calling us to find our way. We've been chasing all the pieces, trying hard to feel complete, but the heart still keeps on asking for a healing far more deep. Mind and body, soul and spirit, every life was made to rise. When we heal one broken story, hope awakens in our eyes. Oh, awaken the healer inside, let compassion be your guide. When one heart learns how to heal, 1,000 futures come alive. Oh, awaken the light we carry, through the joy and through the weary. Hand in hand we rise together, building hope that lasts forever. This is the awakening. This is the healing call. When we lift each other higher, we can change the world for all. Across oceans and through nations, different languages and lands, still we share the same desire to be known and understood again. Every wound can birth new wisdom, every storm can teach us grace. Sometimes those who know the struggle become healers for the race. Ancient wisdom meets tomorrow, technology joins the way, helping hearts and helping people build a brighter world someday. More than treatment, more than symptoms, there is wholeness we can find when compassion walks with knowledge. Healing reaches humankind. Oh, awaken the healer inside, let compassion be your guide. When one heart learns how to heal, 1,000 futures come alive. Oh, awaken the light we carry, through the joy and through the weary. Hand in hand we rise together, building hope that lasts forever. This is the awakening. This is the healing call. When we lift each other higher, we can change the world for all. From the teacher to the caregiver, from the coach to the guide, from the survivor to the dreamer, there is greatness deep inside. When communities start healing, generations start to rise. Every act of love and service becomes a legacy of light. Heal the body, heal the mind, heal the spirit, heal mankind. Heal the body, heal the mind, heal the spirit, one heart at a time. Awaken the healer inside, let compassion be your guide. When one heart learns how to heal, 1,000 futures come alive. This is our generation, this is our time to stand, building lives and building legacies across every sea and land. We are the awakening, we are the rising tide. Together we help humanity flourish, and the healer lives inside. The future of healing does not belong to a select few. It belongs to all who choose compassion, wisdom, and service. The awakening has begun. Welcome to the Holistic Impact Revolution.
Chapter 2. The Calling of the Healer. Discovering Your Purpose and Gift. Opening. Quote, "The world is changed not only by great inventions, but by ordinary people who answer extraordinary callings." Chapter 2. Narration. There is a difference between a career and a calling. A career may provide income. A calling provides meaning. A career may answer the question, "What do you do?" A calling answers the question, "Why were you born?" And throughout history, humanity has been shaped by people who answered a calling greater than themselves, teachers who ignited minds, caregivers who comforted the suffering, leaders who served communities, parents who sacrificed for future generations, and healers, those remarkable individuals who dedicate their lives to restoring hope where pain once lived. If you are listening to this audiobook, there is a good chance that somewhere deep within you, you have felt that calling. Perhaps it arrived quietly, perhaps it arrived through struggle, perhaps it arrived through a season of profound loss, because often the journey toward healing begins long before we realize we are becoming healers ourselves. Many practitioners do not choose healing because life was easy. They choose healing because life taught them lessons that transformed them. Sometimes the wound becomes the doorway, sometimes the struggle becomes the teacher, sometimes pain becomes purpose, and sometimes the very thing that once threatened to break us becomes the source of our greatest contribution to the world. This is one of the great paradoxes of humanity. The wounded often become the healers, not because suffering is required for wisdom, but because those who have walked through darkness often learn how to guide others toward light. Perhaps you have lived through illness, loss, trauma, anxiety, grief, disappointment, burnout, or seasons when life seemed uncertain, and somewhere along the journey you discovered something extraordinary. Healing is possible, not always instantly, not always completely, not always in the ways we expect, but healing remains one of the most powerful forces available to humanity. And once a person experiences transformation, a new question often emerges. Could I help others experience this too? That question changes lives, because it marks the beginning of a calling. A calling is rarely about status, rarely about titles, rarely about recognition. A calling is an invitation to service, an invitation to contribute something unique to the world. And every healer contributes differently. Some heal through listening, some heal through nutrition, some heal through movement, some heal through education, some heal through science, some heal through compassion, some heal through faith, some heal through creativity, some heal through presence. Healing wears many faces, and there is no single path. One practitioner may guide clients through lifestyle transformation. Another may help people regulate stress. Another may teach mindfulness. Another may empower families. Another may support emotional well-being. Another may create spaces where people finally feel seen and understood. Different methods, one mission, helping people flourish. Yet many healers wrestle with an important question. Am I truly qualified? This question is more common than many realize. Even highly gifted practitioners sometimes experience self-doubt. They compare themselves to others. They underestimate their impact. They question whether they know enough, whether they have enough credentials, enough experience, enough expertise, enough authority. But history teaches us an important lesson. Impact does not always begin with perfection. It begins with service. The world is full of people waiting not for perfect experts, but for compassionate guides, people who listen, people who care, people who walk beside them during difficult seasons. You do not have to know everything to help someone take their next step. You simply have to be willing to serve with integrity, humility, and wisdom. The truth is this: every person carries gifts. Some gifts are obvious, some remain hidden for years, and some are discovered only when they are needed most. Your gifts may include empathy, communication, teaching, leadership, encouragement, creativity, organization, innovation, research, advocacy, community building, or the remarkable ability to help others feel safe enough to heal. Many people spend their lives searching for purpose, as though purpose were hidden somewhere outside themselves. But purpose often leaves clues. Pay attention to what moves your heart. Pay attention to what energizes you. Pay attention to the problems you feel called to solve. Pay attention to the people you naturally desire to help. Pay attention to the work that gives you a sense of meaning, because purpose often lives where compassion meets contribution. The work you are meant to do frequently sits at the intersection of three questions. What do you love? What are you gifted at? What does the world need? When those three circles overlap, purpose begins to emerge, and purpose changes everything. Purpose fuels resilience. Purpose sustains perseverance. Purpose transforms obstacles into opportunities. Purpose gives meaning to sacrifice. Purpose turns work into mission. Research repeatedly suggests that people who live with a strong sense of purpose often experience greater well-being, stronger resilience, and improved life satisfaction. Why? Because purpose helps organize our lives around something larger than ourselves. Human beings were not designed merely to consume. We were designed to contribute, to create, to serve, to build, to leave something better than we found it. This is why so many healers describe their work not simply as a profession, but as a vocation, because healing touches something deeply human. When a practitioner helps a client reclaim health, a family benefits. When a family becomes healthier, a community benefits. When communities flourish, generations benefit. The ripple effects of healing extend far beyond what we can see. A single conversation can change a life. A single act of compassion can restore hope. A single intervention can alter the trajectory of an entire family. Never underestimate the power of your work. Never underestimate the power of your presence. Never underestimate the power of simply showing up for another human being. Because healing is not always dramatic. Sometimes healing looks like listening. Sometimes healing looks like encouragement. Sometimes healing looks like education. Sometimes healing looks like helping someone believe in themselves again. And often, healing begins when people realize they are not alone. This is why communities matter. This is why connection matters. This is why the future of healing is not merely individual. It is relational, collaborative, integrated. Human flourishing is rarely achieved in isolation. We thrive together. As you continue your journey, remember this. You do not have to become someone else to fulfill your calling. Your uniqueness is part of your assignment. Your experiences matter. Your story matters. Your voice matters. Your gifts matter. Your compassion matters. The world does not need another copy of someone else. The world needs the version of you that is fully aligned with purpose. The healer you are becoming may look different from every healer who came before you, and that is not a weakness, it is a strength, because diversity of gifts expands humanity's capacity to heal. In every generation, there are people who quietly answer the call to serve, people who help others rise, people who build hope, people who create transformation, people who choose compassion over indifference, people who leave the world better than they found it. Perhaps that is why you are here. Perhaps that is why this work speaks to you. Perhaps the calling you feel is not accidental. Perhaps it is an invitation to step fully into your gifts, an invitation to use your experiences to help others flourish, an invitation to become not only a healer, but a builder, a leader, a legacy creator, because the world needs more than expertise. The world needs people who care deeply enough to act, and maybe, just maybe, the calling you have been searching for has been calling you all along. Welcome to your journey. Welcome to your purpose. Welcome to the Holistic Impact Revolution. Chapter Reflection. Questions. What life experiences shaped your desire to help others? When have you felt most aligned with purpose? What gifts do others consistently recognize in you? Which communities or people feel most connected to your mission? What legacy do you hope your healing work will leave behind? End of Chapter 2.
I remember all the battles
All the nights I walked alone, every tear became a river, every wound became a road. I was searching for the meaning, trying hard to understand how the pain inside my story could become another's hand. There were mountains I kept climbing, there were valleys deep and wide, but the light that kept on shining never left me deep inside. What if every broken moment was preparing me to rise? What if healing has a purpose greater than I realize? I was called to heal, called to lift the hurting soul, called to bring back hope and light. When the world feels cold, I was called to serve, called to help somebody rise. One small act of love can change 1,000 lives. This is more than work, this is more than what I do. I was called to heal, and maybe so were you. Some will teach and some will listen, some will guide and some inspire, some will build communities, some ignite another fire. Different path, but one great mission, different voices, one refrain, helping people find tomorrow after seasons filled with pain. Every gift becomes a blessing when it's shared with open hands. Every purpose grows much bigger when it serves a greater plan. There's a reason for the journey, there's a reason for the scars. Sometimes healing starts the moment we remember who we are. I was called to heal, called to lift the hurting soul, called to bring back hope and light. When the world feels cold, I was called to serve, called to help somebody rise. One small act of love can change 1,000 lives. This is more than work, this is more than what I do. I was called to heal, and maybe so are you. From the caregiver to the teacher, from the mentor to the guide, from the survivor to the dreamer, there is purpose deep inside. When we help a single person, families begin to grow, and the seeds of human flourishing become forests we may never know. Called to heal, called to serve, called to build, called to love, called to teach, called to lead, called to leave a legacy. We were called to heal, called to lift humanity, building hope across the nations, for the world to see. We were called to rise, called to help each other stand, changing generations, hand in hand. This is our moment, this is our destiny, to heal more people and become what we were born to be. We were called to heal, called to heal, called to heal, called to heal, called to heal. Your gifts are not accidents,
Your journey is not wasted. The world needs what only you can give. Answer the call, build the future, help humanity flourish. Call to heal. Call to heal. This song is designed to become the emotional anthem of Chapter 2. Celebrating purpose, service, and the sacred calling of those who help others heal.
Chapter 3: Why Healers Struggle. The Hidden Crisis Behind the Healing Profession. Opening quote. One of the greatest paradoxes of our time is that many of those dedicated to healing others are quietly struggling themselves. There is a story unfolding across the world that few people see. It is not a story of failure. It is not a story of incompetence. It is not a story of a lack of compassion or dedication. It is the story of gifted healers carrying extraordinary burdens in silence. Every day, holistic practitioners wake up with a mission larger than themselves. They open their offices, prepare their spaces, welcome their clients, listen to stories of pain, offer hope, provide guidance, teach new ways of living. And often, they do so because they genuinely care, not because it is easy, not because it is profitable, but because helping people heal feels deeply connected to who they are. Yet behind the scenes, many practitioners are fighting battles few people ever see: financial stress, burnout, self-doubt, isolation, exhaustion, and the painful feeling that despite changing lives, they are struggling to sustain their own. This hidden crisis affects practitioners in nearly every healing profession: health coaches, nutrition experts, wellness educators, breathwork facilitators, energy practitioners, yoga teachers, counselors, caregivers, integrative wellness professionals, and countless others who dedicate their lives to service. The irony is difficult to ignore. Those who help others find balance often struggle to maintain balance themselves. Those who teach wellness often sacrifice their own well-being. Those who pour into others sometimes find themselves emotionally depleted. Why does this happen? The answer is more complex than many realize. Because the problem is not a lack of talent, the problem is often a lack of preparation for the realities of building a sustainable practice. Most practitioners receive extensive training in healing. Far fewer receive training in business. Many learn anatomy, nutrition, mindfulness, coaching methods, assessment tools, healing techniques, client care, but very few are taught how to attract clients, how to price services, how to market ethically, how to build systems, how to use technology, how to create recurring revenue, how to scale impact, how to avoid burnout. As a result, many gifted practitioners enter the field with extraordinary skills and limited business infrastructure. Imagine teaching someone how to fly an airplane, but never showing them how to navigate. Imagine training a musician to perform, but never teaching them how to reach an audience. Imagine preparing a healer to transform lives, but never teaching them how to sustain the work. That is the challenge many practitioners face. And when these gaps remain unaddressed, the consequences can be significant. Many practitioners begin with passion, but passion alone cannot sustain a mission indefinitely. Passion requires systems. Passion requires support. Passion requires sustainability. Without those foundations, even the most dedicated healers can experience burnout. Burnout is more than fatigue. It is physical exhaustion, emotional depletion, mental overload, a gradual erosion of energy, motivation, and joy. Burnout often happens quietly. A practitioner begins feeling overwhelmed. Administrative tasks grow. Client loads increase. Financial pressure mounts. Boundaries become difficult to maintain. Self-care becomes secondary. Eventually, the work that once brought fulfillment begins to feel heavy. And perhaps one of the greatest tragedies is this: the world sometimes loses remarkable healers, not because they lacked purpose, but because they lacked support. This reality is not a personal failure. It is often a systems problem. Many professions have built pathways for growth: mentorship, leadership development, business education, continuing education, professional networks. But holistic practitioners frequently find themselves navigating these challenges alone. The journey can feel isolating. Entrepreneurship itself can be lonely. Healing work can be emotionally demanding. And without community, even resilient people may struggle. Human beings were never designed to carry every burden alone. This is why community matters. This is why collaboration matters. This is why movements matter. Because when practitioners support one another, everyone becomes stronger. Knowledge expands, opportunities grow, innovation accelerates, healing reaches more people. Yet there is another challenge that deserves attention. Many practitioners struggle with the relationship between service and value. Some fear charging appropriately for their work. Some feel uncomfortable discussing pricing. Some believe that helping others and earning income exist in conflict. But sustainable impact requires sustainability. Income is not the opposite of service. When approached ethically, income allows practitioners to continue serving. Income funds innovation. Income creates stability. Income expands access. Income allows practitioners to build teams, communities, scholarships, and institutions. A healer who thrives can help far more people than a healer who is barely surviving. This truth is important because there is no virtue in exhaustion. There is no honor in perpetual depletion. There is no wisdom in sacrificing your well-being to the point where you can no longer serve. The future of healing requires a new model, a model where practitioners are supported, educated, empowered, connected, equipped, a model where healers become builders, builders of practices, builders of communities, builders of institutions, builders of legacies. The future practitioner will not only understand healing, they will understand leadership, technology, communication, education, partnerships, business systems, and human flourishing. The future practitioner will recognize that impact and sustainability can coexist. Compassion and innovation can coexist. Purpose and prosperity can coexist. The choice is not between serving people and building a thriving practice. The true opportunity is to do both. History reminds us that some of the greatest movements began when people challenged old assumptions. What if healers did not have to struggle alone? What if practitioners had access to global communities? What if technology reduced administrative burdens? What if artificial intelligence expanded access to knowledge? What if practitioners could publish books, create courses, build memberships, and reach people around the world? What if healing could scale without losing humanity? Those questions are no longer theoretical. The future is already emerging, and perhaps this is the great opportunity before us, to build a world where practitioners are not merely surviving, but thriving. A world where healers are equipped not only to change lives one person at a time, but to create ripple effects that transform communities and generations. Because when healers flourish, families flourish, communities flourish, institutions flourish, humanity flourishes. This is not merely a business conversation, it is a human flourishing conversation, because helping those who help others may be one of the greatest investments society can make. The hidden crisis is real, but so is the opportunity. A new generation of healers is emerging. Healers who understand both compassion and systems, service and sustainability, healing and leadership. And perhaps that generation includes you. The future of wellness does not belong to those who work the hardest. It belongs to those who learn how to build wisely, serve deeply, and lead courageously. This is the beginning of a new chapter in the history of healing. A chapter where healers no longer struggle in silence. A chapter where practitioners rise together. A chapter where impact becomes legacy. Welcome to the Holistic Impact Revolution. Chapter: Reflection. Questions. What challenges have you experienced in your own healing journey or practice? Where do you feel most unsupported? Business, technology, community, or leadership? How might sustainability increase your impact? What systems could help reduce burnout in your work? What would become possible if healers worldwide collaborated instead of competed? End of Chapter 3. Why Healers Struggle.
You carry stories on your shoulders. You hold the hands that others leave behind. You bring the light into the darkness, helping broken hearts believe they'll shine. Every day you show up for the hurting. Every night you wonder if it's enough, giving pieces of yourself away while quietly carrying your own struggles. Some days the healer needs some healing. Some nights the strong feel weak inside. Yet You were never meant to walk alone. Never meant to bear the weight alone. Oh, the world needs the gifts you carry. It's time for healers to come home. Healers rise, healers rise. Lift your hearts up to the sky. You don't have to carry every burden by yourself tonight. Healers rise, healers rise. Your purpose burns beyond the pain. When we rise together, we can change the world again. No more silence, no more hiding, no more struggling on your own. Healers rise, healers rise. You learn to care for every person, but no one taught you how to build, how to grow a dream with courage, how to keep your own cup filled. You've given hope to countless people, you've helped them find their way somehow. But maybe this is your season for healing to return to you now. Imagine healers joined together, sharing wisdom, strength, and grace, building futures for tomorrow, helping humanity embrace. From compassion comes a movement, from community comes change. When we stand and rise together, nothing stays the same. Healers rise. Lift your hearts up to the sky. You don't have to carry every burden by yourself tonight. Healers rise. Healers rise. Healers rise. Your purpose burns beyond the pain. When we rise together, we can change the world again. No more silence, no more hiding, no more struggling on your own. Healers rise, healers rise. Build the practice, build the mission, build the future yet unseen. Turn your passion into purpose, turn your vision into dreams. Heal the families, heal the cities, heal the generations too. When the healer finally flourishes, the whole world flourishes with you. Rise, 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 rise together, rise together, rise together, rise together. Leave a legacy. Healers rise. Healers rise. Let your light illuminate the skies. Every life you touch creates 1,000 more to rise. Healers rise. This is our awakening, building practices and movements for a future worth creating. From one heart to generations, from one dream to history. Healers rise and help humanity flourish endlessly. To every healer who has ever felt unseen, your work matters, your well-being matters, your future matters. The world needs you, not only to survive, but to thrive. Rise, healer. Rise, 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 rise. Healers rise, 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 healers rise.
The final invitation. You were never listening to just an audiobook. For the last few chapters, we have taken a journey together, a journey through purpose, through healing, through vision, through possibility. Together, we explored why practitioners matter, why compassion matters, why leadership matters, why the future of wellness depends upon ordinary people choosing to build extraordinary lives of service. Perhaps along the way, something changed inside you. Perhaps you found yourself seeing your work differently. Perhaps you began remembering why you first chose to become a healer. Perhaps you started imagining a practice that wasn't built merely to earn a living, but one built to change lives. Because that is what this movement is truly about. Not simply creating successful practitioners, creating transformational leaders, not simply helping people recover, helping people flourish, not simply building businesses, building legacies, but now I have a confession to make. Throughout this demonstration, I have intentionally kept something from you, not because I wanted to hide it, but because I wanted you to first understand the heart before seeing the machinery. Because technology without purpose is empty. Business without compassion eventually loses its way. Leadership without service becomes self-centered. Everything begins with purpose. Everything. And now that you've experienced the heart, allow me to show you what has been quietly waiting behind the curtain. Because what you've experienced today is not simply an audiobook, it is the front door to an entire ecosystem unlike anything the holistic wellness industry has seen before. Imagine finishing this journey and discovering you are no longer walking alone. Instead, you step into a complete operating system designed specifically for practitioners who refuse to settle for surviving and are ready to begin thriving. The first thing waiting for you is the Practitioner Success Assessment. Far more than a questionnaire, it is a comprehensive diagnostic experience. 100 carefully designed questions that evaluate every important area of your professional journey. Your purpose, your confidence, your client transformation, your business systems, your leadership, your technology readiness, your authority, your well-being, your legacy. Imagine receiving a personalized roadmap that doesn't simply tell you where you are, but clearly shows you where you can go next. No guessing, no confusion. A personalized blueprint for your future. Then, imagine having your own private business strategist available whenever inspiration strikes. Meet Practice Builder AI. This isn't another chatbot. It becomes your strategic thinking partner, helping you define your niche, clarify your message, create irresistible programs, develop transformational client journeys, price your services with confidence, build websites, write blogs, develop webinars, launch memberships, create books, write audiobooks, develop online academies, generate marketing campaigns, design email sequences, plan workshops, create certifications, build referral partnerships, expand your influence, every day, 24 hours a day, always ready to help you build something meaningful. But what if you didn't have to learn all of this by yourself? That's where the Practitioner AI Lab opens its doors. Imagine belonging to a private community where practitioners from around the world gather every month, learning together, building together, experimenting with emerging technologies, mastering artificial intelligence, sharing ideas, collaborating on projects, helping one another grow. Instead of trying to figure out the future alone, you become part of a family that is creating it together. Then comes something even more exciting. The opportunity to become a certified holistic impact practitioner trademark. Not merely earning another certificate to hang on a wall, but completing a transformational professional journey. Learning a framework built around whole person wellness, human flourishing, ethical artificial intelligence, leadership, community building, practice development, thought leadership, innovation, and legacy creation. Imagine carrying a credential that tells the world you are prepared not only to heal, but to lead, not only to serve, but to build, not only to care, but to transform communities. And then, perhaps my favorite part of all, you enter the Global Wellness Network. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine it. Thousands of practitioners, coaches, Researchers, nutrition experts, counselors, educators, faith leaders, community organizers, innovators, business leaders, all connected by one mission: sharing wisdom, creating partnerships, launching global initiatives, building referral relationships, speaking at conferences, writing books together, creating research, developing educational programs, helping communities flourish. No competition, only collaboration. No isolation, only connection. No scarcity, only abundance. Because when healers begin working together, humanity wins. But the vision grows even larger. Imagine annual global wellness summits bringing together some of the brightest minds in wellness and innovation. Imagine Human Flourishing Awards recognizing practitioners whose work transforms communities. Imagine specialized AI tools created exclusively for holistic professionals. Imagine a worldwide directory where people searching for help can discover certified practitioners who share your values. Imagine publishing opportunities, speaking opportunities, collaborative research, joint ventures, international partnerships, leadership retreats, mastermind experiences, and an ever-growing library of courses, templates, frameworks, assessments, and AI-powered resources, all designed to help you build a practice that changes lives. This is why I said at the beginning, you were never simply listening to an audiobook. You were quietly being introduced to an entirely new way of thinking, a new way of practicing, a new way of leading, a new way of serving, a new way of building, most importantly, a new way of helping humanity flourish. And this demonstration represents only the first 3 chapters of a much larger journey. Waiting for you are 7 more powerful chapters that dive into building sustainable practices, using technology and AI wisely, designing transformational client experiences, becoming a trusted authority, creating thriving healing communities, leading movements that outlive you, and ultimately building a future where human flourishing becomes the measure of success. By the time you complete the full experience, you won't simply think differently about your practice, you'll think differently about your purpose, your influence, your leadership, your legacy, and perhaps your place in the future of humanity itself. Because the holistic impact revolution was never created simply to teach information. It was created to inspire transformation, to awaken vision, to build leaders, to unite practitioners, to bridge ancient wisdom with modern innovation, to create systems that help people thrive, to build communities where healing becomes contagious, and to leave behind something that continues serving long after any one of us is gone. One day, years from now, someone may ask where this movement began. They may assume it started in a university, a government agency, a major corporation, a famous institution. But you'll know the truth. It began with practitioners, with dreamers, with builders, with people who believed compassion and innovation could walk hand in hand, with ordinary individuals who chose to dedicate their gifts to something greater than themselves. Perhaps, one day, someone else's life will be forever changed because you decided to answer this invitation. That is the power of a single decision. That is the power of a single purpose. That is the power of a single life devoted to service. So, as our time together comes to a close, I leave you with one final thought. Never underestimate what can happen when one healer decides to become a builder. One builder chooses to become a leader. And one leader commits to leaving a legacy that serves generations they may never meet. This is more than an audiobook, more than a certification, more than a membership, more than a community, more than a movement. It is a declaration that the future of wellness can be wiser, more compassionate, more collaborative, more innovative, more human. The future is not waiting for someone else to create it. The future is waiting for us. So walk forward with courage, heal with compassion, build with wisdom, lead with integrity, create with purpose, and wherever your journey takes you, never forget the mission that unites every chapter, every tool, every practitioner, and every dream we've shared together. Help humanity flourish. Welcome to the Holistic Impact Revolution. The revolution has begun, and the next chapter begins with you.
that one day grow. Every story, every struggle, every mountain we have climbed was preparing us for something greater, a future we were born to find. When purpose finds compassion and wisdom lights the way, ordinary hearts together can transform the world. Someday this is more than just a journey, more than words upon a page. It's a movement built on healing, calling every generation. Welcome to the holistic impact revolution, where healers rise and dreams come true, building stronger hearts and stronger communities, one life at a time. We're changing the view. This is the holistic impact revolution, where compassion leads the way. Together we're creating tomorrow, beginning right here today. Help humanity flourish. The revolution starts with you. From the calling of the healer to the courage deep inside, every gift you've been entrusted with can become a beacon bright when we stop believing limits and begin believing dreams. We discover hope is stronger than it ever seemed. Build the packages, build the future, build the legacy that stays, helping families and communities for generations, all our days. One small spark becomes a wildfire, one kind heart becomes a flame. When we rise together with a purpose, nothing ever stays the same. Welcome to the holistic impact revolution, where healers rise and dreams come true, building stronger hearts and stronger communities, one life at a time. We're changing the view. This is the holistic impact revolution, where compassion leads the way. Together we're creating tomorrow, beginning right here today. Help humanity flourish. The revolution starts with you. Feel with compassion, build with wisdom, lead with courage, stand as one, teach the people, share the vision. The greatest work has just begun. From one healer to a movement, from one dream to history. Together we are writing chapters for a better destiny. Build, lead, flourish, heal, build, lead, flourish, heal, build, lead, flourish, Welcome to the holistic impact revolution, where every heart can find its place, where innovation walks with wisdom and compassion leads the race. This is the holistic impact revolution, our generation's call to rise, helping healers become world changers, building hope that never dies. From one life to millions, from one vision to history. Together we'll build a future, where all humanity lives free. The holistic impact revolution, the holistic impact revolution, the holistic impact revolution. Every revolution begins with a single decision.
A decision to care, a decision to serve, a decision to build, a decision to lead. This is your invitation. This is your calling.
This is the